both dropped out of school.
She can be anti-vax if she needs to. I have all the love for Azealia Banks. I'm sorry to that person because I said I would do better. Oh, we need to stop talking like this. So, hey, Kira. Is Anthony Fantano gay? I thought maybe her pussy was a shade like that. I didn't invent having low T with a child. We shouldn't be saying things like that.
A trans mass arm sealer.
But trans people sometimes don't read.
I hate to read personally. Fuck black dresses.
I was wrong about a lot of stuff.
So you making an album with someone who you're in the process of breaking up with?
I would have rather just have had that information. I love when humans have in-groups in it. I go on a date, first question is, what's your relationship with your parents? And if they say good, then I leave.
I'm out. Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
Welcome to Emotional Labor. This is a show where we do the discourse so you don't have to. I'm joined today by DEVI MCCALLION, who you may know from music released under their government name and also acts like Black Dresses, Those Rituals, and Mom.
Hi, I'm Devi. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me. What do people usually say when they're introducing themselves? This is good. You kind of covered the bases. I'm a lady. I have a couple rock and roll bands. I do it on the computer. I'm grateful to be here.
Looking at your early discography, am I correct in saying that the first Black Dresses track was not a Paper Planes cover, but actually an All I Want for Christmas cover?
Yeah, that's technically true. Well, yeah, it was the first song that me and Rook worked on together in that way. That was originally going to be on what Waste Isolation ended up being. We just ended up making a bunch more songs, and then Mariah Carey just didn't fit in there. I always thought Mariah Carey just has a very menacing energy. Touch My Body kind of feels ambiently threatening.
She's 80s megafauna carnivore.
Yeah, prehistoric birds, with the huge beak and stuff. Pterodactyl.
It's great that we've just compared them to pterodactyls, because I was going to say, would you like to thank brown and black women for kickstarting your career, namely MIA and Mariah?
Yes. Yeah.
An equal amount.
MIA is definitely a really huge one for me. That first MIA album and Piracy Funds Terrorism or whatever. Huge, very important music to me. Probably one of the only records that I listened to as much as a 14-year-old and also now that stuck with me on that level. Rock solid.
Yeah, I completely relate to that, but mainly because she's my mom.
I'm sorry to hear about your mom, the thing with your mom and all that.
Oh yeah, she's endorsing Trump. Do you want to get me vaccinated? All of that.
Yeah, I think she had a fever and then saw Jesus and
stuff. Christianity, I can't lie, it all went downhill from there.
Did you hear the new mixtape that she just put on a website or whatever?
Yeah,
there was one or two songs in there.
She still got it. I'm gonna keep it.
I'm glad you said that because I am too. Yeah, she can be anti-vax if she needs to. Sorry.
I just saw Azealia Banks live in concert the other week. My justification for it is that I've definitely seen male artists who have done a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean,
but she made two.
Yeah, I have all the love for Azealia Banks. I don't know how to say the template.
The blueprint.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The blueprint. Sorry, excuse me.
Would you also like to thank Ween?
Ween, yeah, thank you, Ween. I hope the Ween boys are doing good. They canceled their tour. They kind of struggle with those sometimes.
It's hard to be a Ween boy, to be fair.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a really long time too. Did I ever bring up Ween or something? Where did you even find that?
Oh, I'm just picking up the Sonic influences.
Okay, yeah. That Ween video where they're in the shawarma shop, one of the best music videos ever recorded. I never put on Ween by myself, but when I was college age, I definitely hung out with a lot of big old Ween heads. I definitely have been absorbed some Weens.
We've all absorbed some Weens in our time. On the Cat's Millionaire track, At the Crown of Eternal Sunlight, you sing a refrain, "This is all I am."
Yes.
So assuming by that you mean you're still a hardcore fan of the Lauren Force revival of My Little Pony, what's the best and worst moment in the Brony Pegasus fandom that you've experienced over the years?
I had a lot of best, I think the human brain is so much better at remembering the worst than the best. I feel like a lot of memory is just you see someone else and you're like a monkey and you see another monkey get killed by a larger monkey and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna go around that large monkey. So you're kind of just remembering the threat related stuff. You don't remember the good times. I struggled to socialize and make friends when My Little Pony came out. It was about friendship, so I was trying to learn how to make friends, and then it was pretty exciting to make friends with other people that really like ponies, and I had a lot of pony related friends. The lowest moment was definitely, back in my day, there used to be a website called Tumblr, and on Tumblrs they had ass blogs where some artists would make the emo onceler with an emo haircut. You would ask them questions and they would draw the answer. I don't know if I'm even totally remembering this right, but there was this blog called Ask Molestia.
Oh shit, I think I might have seen this.
Princess Celestia is the tall one. The big one. The whole joke of Princess Molestia is this sexual Celestia. The rhyming word they found was molest. There was this kid, this young girl, who rightfully should have had priority in a fandom space such as this. I'm sure lots of people were uncomfortable with what this whole thing was. She was like, I don't like this. Everyone dogpiled her and scared the shit out of her, including reputable brony news source, Equestria Daily. It's like a brony newspaper. They put out an article being like, fuck this 14-year-old in particular.
Fuck,
And
dude.
that was like, I was like,
Man.
okay, that was the end for me.
That's crazy. Abolish prisons, but I don't know. I feel like those
Yeah.
locked up.
Fandom spaces are kind of like that sometimes. There's high highs and there's low lows.
Did you really think JPEG Mafia was a girl?
Oh,
Because you know, I named
kinda.
myself after her.
Yeah?
Which is kind of a shame because he kind of sucks now. But
Okay, you're gonna give MIA these passes, but you're not gonna give Peggy? Come on. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, he fought in Iraq, but Azalea Banks, I'm all good with.
I have all the love for Azalea Banks. Yeah, I mean, JPEG Mafia does say a lot of things. His name is Peggy. He says, I want to be your girl. He says, I'm Taylor Swift. He says, I'm Taylor Swift like a bunch of times. He does a lot of things. Someone on Twitter told me we need to stop talking like this. So I'm sorry to that person because I said I would do better.
I love saying male celebrities should transition. It's like all I do.
He's non-binary coded.
No, I'm like, he needs to medically transition now. JPEG Mafia needs to transition. He can regrow his hairline.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
it. Already called Peggy. What's the downside? It's kind of transphobic not to.
People have complicated reasons for doing things.
Could you please rank the following Toronto slang based on how often you personally use them? Cheese.
Cheese?
Sure, it's cheese.
I should use that one more.
But he's so cute.
Take me around.
No, Devi attacked my dog.
It's okay, girl. I gotta incorporate cheese more into my conversations. I honestly have not heard that one a lot.
How about marved?
Marved?
I'm marved. Go for a burger.
I haven't heard this one either, honestly. I'm not very social.
That's okay. This is just showing I only know Tamil people in Brampton. And finally, sweeter man.
Sorry,
As in,
zero.
my sweeter man's over there.
I'm learning. Thank you for educating me.
I mean, it's just outside. On Hard to Understand, you consciously evoke New York City drag force in the 90s before RuPaul made being gay uncool. Who's the coolest gay person right now? Chapel Row, Jojo Siwa, or Anthony Fantano?
Is Anthony Fantano gay?
No, I'm just prescribing that to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm translating.
Oh, Anthony Fantano. Jojo Siwa is queer in gayness the most.
That photo she did with like the male, what's the word? Glittery codpiece. That was crazy.
Codpiece?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm using the right word. Fake bulge.
I thought maybe her pussy was just shaped like that.
That's true. You know what? I shouldn't have assumed. That says a lot about me.
There's lots of different types of bodies.
I'm not going to speculate on Jojo Siwa's any further, but unfortunately the answer to who the coolest gay person is right now is actually Kalani.
That's true. Raven was huge.
Devi, me and you both, and I mean this in a deeply parasocial way, me and you both dropped out of school, and I wanted to ask you what is the best part of that experience?
Staying at home and using the computer. At the time, you know what? I would have dropped out sooner to get more of that sweet 2005 internet if I knew it was going to be gone.
Now it's just a corporate hellscape.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a wasteland over here.
I feel like I don't spend any time online on just sites. I haven't used a site quite a
Yeah,
while.
bring back websites.
They used to be so cool.
Check out NeoCities. That's the shit.
But I'm too stupid.
Yeah, it's
And I
good.
refuse to learn any more coding apart from what I did on Tumblr
Aw,
in 2015.
you don't know any HTML? What?
I don't. I refuse to learn.
Okay, you do less than sign, URL space IMG equals quote, and then you put the link to your image, and then you put a quote, and then you put a greater sign, and that will make the image appear on your website.
That's a very succinct and clear explanation. Thank you. Unfortunately, I had lead poisoning as a child, so I can't know those instructions.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
You're so inspiring.
Yeah, I know. I am. Many people tell me that, and it's true.
Who's the most inspiring person in the poisoned by lead as a child community?
Me. I'm number one. It's just me.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
You're familiar with the music of Quinn?
I actually don't know that much of Quinn's music. I've heard a couple songs here and there.
You know of them?
Yeah.
They've been harassed, Sam's been bitten. In a lot of interviews, she's talked about the resentment you can feel as a trans woman in this industry, saying it feels like I've been robbed. Now, without going into any legal detail for yourself, is it safe to say that you empathize with her experience?
Everyone's really generous with me, and I'm very grateful. You know what? It's easy to get caught up trying to chase after some you didn't get, and you're missing like things you could be getting that come by over here. I try to stay focused on the things in the present that I can do something about.
It was pretty terrible that you were robbed by Netspend.
Uh,
Spit your whole style.
I didn't invent having low T. Also, he's a child. We shouldn't be saying things like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to speculate as to his hormonal profile. You were wrong. Why aren't you shutting down Brooklyn?
Why aren't I? I'll try harder in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Do you know the short story I sexually identify as an attack helicopter by Isabel Fall?
No.
It was just like a short story where the government controls your gender, you know, mecha transformation into a weapon. Very like straightforward transform allegory, right?
Yeah.
This person was actually harassed into deleting all their social media presence and actually detransitioned as a result because a trans mask arms dealer, I'm not making this up, who worked at Raytheon, put them on blast online. They have a big following.
What?
Because the title of the story is I sexually identify as an attack helicopter. And if you're stupid and you just read that at face value, you're like, this is a transphobic story.
I have noticed that trans people sometimes don't read or just read the headline.
I hate to read personally, so I do get it, but
that's okay. Like you're beautiful, you have other things to do.
To quote Black Dresses 2020 breakup statement, fuck Black Dresses, thanks for your support and also your repulsive parasocial stalker rage directed at hurting us.
Did I say that?
I mean, I agree. I think, don't you?
No, I don't. I'm always caught up in my own drama, my own narratives and stuff. I think I was wrong about a lot of stuff. It happened.
Now we're on the parasocial questions. You've released previously a lot of albums. On Valentine's Day, the Black Dresses breakup was called Transbian 9/11.
Was it?
And on Fanta, which is a single on the album that you released last with Rook.
Yeah.
You sing Can't Take the World in You because you're an unfillable casket, a casket that fills itself with itself. This is such a unique experience to be making an album with someone who you're in the process of breaking up with in multiple ways. What was that like, and was it at all cathartic and healing?
No.
Okay, words.
It was not. Yeah, I think the problem is just neither of us have very good social skills. And then we worked on the album for years. And yeah, Rook was like, oh, we should make it like a concept album with like a story. The story is that it's a breakup album. But I think really it was just that she wanted to break up and then we were both being avoided. I would have rather just have had that information than have made 20 songs about it, but you live and you learn.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is Girls Rituals your only Danny Brown endorsed project, or has he since spread the love to some of your other music?
As far as I know, that's the only one that he shouted out. But also, I didn't know, no one told me that happened until a lot later, because I was just being jealous online that he was rapping all these other people and not me.
He's tapped in. He knew about you before. He's locked in, that guy.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It made me feel a lot better, feeling a little depressed that day, and that kind of brought me back up. It's a real high moment for me.
Danny Brown dispels emo vibes.
Yeah, if you hear Danny Brown's laugh, your day is gonna get like at least 20-30% better. He's so cute.
What's going on with Billy Corgan's live journal?
I really spoke with the Smashing Pumpkins when I was like a preteen. This is like before the internet was in my house, before YouTube, and I got this DVD that was all the Smashing Pumpkins music videos. I watched them a lot of times. Smashing Pumpkins music videos are pretty good. I could watch them a lot and imagine like what he would be like or what his life circumstances were. Reading that journal, I'd be like, yeah, this is okay, all right, yeah, okay, it makes sense that your mom was like that. Okay, all right, cool. I like reading stuff on the internet and then I understand more about humans and stuff.
Expertly put. Do you have a question for me?
Who's your inspiration to become like a journalist or like a YouTuber, video person?
Z-Way. I basically am just doing what she's doing or did previously. Kind of like Eric Andre, where he's cringing into NFTs now. When I was a really young kid, I used to watch Conan O'Brien, just go to places. I do fuck with that sort of very disorganized,
like just interviewing a person on the street type thing, or
yeah, but it's so difficult because I feel like with the advent of social media and people just harassing people outside malls and shit, it's so difficult to do that without people being like, you're just a dickhead. So
yeah, people are like kind of on guard for it now.
The culture's changed dramatically, I think, in the last 10 years when it comes to like filming.
Yeah,
I think it's completely understandable.
I think people would be more open to man on the street interviews when it brought us such cultural touchstones as the Hawk Tuah girl.
I need to get her on Too Small Fry to talk to her podcast.
Yeah, she's kind of like the big kahuna right now.
She's literally number one, like she dethroned Joe Biden, the Joe Biden podcast. What's his name?
It's hard to be the biggest podcast in the world. No one really holds that spot for too long. My brother and me had it for like a minute.
That was number one. Crazy.
Yeah, it was huge.
I
kind of empathize with it though. Sometimes when tweeting, you get caught up in the motion of the tweet. Like maybe the first 2 or 3 tweets tweets were like solid, and then you
Yeah.
still want that hit, so you go for the fourth tweet, and it's kind of just
Yeah, it's so funny when people misjudge in-group, out-group dynamics online because they're kind of drawn into a community which IRL they might not necessarily have anything in common with. Part of the language that gets used. Obviously, most of
yeah.
that's AAV.
I love when humans have in groups and out groups.
I mean, I kind of don't, but also just
No, okay.
it also is what humans are. Like there is nothing but that.
Yeah. Why can't straight guys that you would think are bisexual be counted as bisexual? I say.
That's the real oppression.
Have you seen The Joker 2?
No, is it good?
It's just normal. It's very, very agonizingly slow. And if you want to see a guy smoke in movies for 2 hours, there's better movies for it. Kind of like stop the movie every time there's a song and then just like sing the entire song without advancing the plot. Representation for people that hate their moms.
Finally! Oh my god, about time. Okay, Mars has moms. Their dominance at the box office. How dare they? How dare they?
I'm always thinking that.
We need to disrespect mothers more. I'm always saying that.
Yeah. When I go on a date that I met through the app Dualicious, my first question is frequently, what's your relationship with your parents?
Yeah.
And if they say good, then I leave.
I'm out. Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, we can't relate on the fundamental.
Yeah, stop wasting my time.
T for T is like, there's just lots of other logistical things which are underneath T for T, you know? It's like, it's all part of taking into account what you would want in a partner.
Yeah, maybe.
Is there anything that you'd like to plug? Any upcoming music?
I said I would put an album out this fall, but we'll see. I'm going to the studio next week.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Emotional labor.
Emotional labor.
The way I put her to dress, you gon' love it, I feel love it. Voice a cry when I heard she said next, baby, you gon' love it, don't think of it. Yeah, cause she made a whole mess. If that isn't too hard to digest, treat me like some tests. Run out the hole, don't eat grass, you're troubling lately. Lower my phone and like take me. I'm stopping your saline. The next time we talk, you